Welcome to the Ashes to Ashes podcast. So the first thing you'll notice, viewers, is that I've actually got a new layout for the podcast, right? So now I've got the actual Discord call itself, and it shows all of our names, as you can see right
Oh,
now, right here, and all of our profile pictures, and it also lights up when one of us is speaking.
Holy shit.
I must ask that you censor my name as it contains various racial obscenities.
All right, Joe. Yep. Um. So yeah, you can see we've got all four of us here. The whole gang's here today, and I'm excited to get into some podcasting.
Yeah.
Chew on
Um,
Did you have some big news or something, or is that it?
well, that was the big news.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you also weren't here for it, but last episode I was talking with Kirsty about this. We have reached in just the past month, we've gotten 40 new subscribers,
no way.
whereas it took us like a whole year to get to 100, and now we're at 140 in just like a month.
You pulling my leg?
I'm not pulling your leg. You can go on the channel right now and see.
He is not pulling your leg. Sorry.
No, all good. Yeah. So it's great news, right? Our most recent videos have gotten lots of views.
We're going up. We're going up.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna become famous.
Up, 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 up to the top.
Yeah. So that's the other piece of good news.
Fantastic.
All right, let's talk. Right.
Let's go.
So,
I want to bring up
mm,
because I was even what you would call excited about this news.
mm,
Maybe a month or so ago, the US was like, we're gonna start leaking some UFO documents, and I haven't heard anything about that.
No,
So
there's a video. There's a very good video about this. Let me find it.
does it like feature any like new cool?
I do know exactly which document you're talking about.
Yeah,
And
this video is a pretty good summation.
I have a feeling he's gonna post a meme video. Let's see what he puts in Discord. Yeah, we're not watching aliens fucking each other on the
Yeah, that's a definite no-no.
on the
You should watch
podcast.
it. It's a good video.
Well,
It's Polish.
Everyone, watch it in your own time, okay? I have a
Please-
feeling
please do.
people
Is it a
get us
real
taken off
video?
YouTube.
Yeah.
I do have the
But
document
one thing I know
somewhere.
is
It's a prequel to Danny's house.
it's age, so it's not
Okay,
surprised.
that's a good comment. Let me just scroll up and find it. I did put the UFO. Okay, here it is. And then in here. So this is it. This is their document they released, and they call them UAPs because it's like it's not UFOs. Apparently, it's something else. I don't exactly remember. It's like unidentified aerial phenomena instead of unidentified flying
because-
object.
UFOs could be enemy aircraft from just like Russia or whatever.
They're
Right.
unidentified, but that doesn't mean they're aliens.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
basically, it said, we don't know what these are. They exist. That's it. They haven't given any concrete proof towards anything. This is the kind of thing that I was honestly expecting from the UFO report. Like, I had a feeling nothing earth-shattering would have been revealed in it.
Because like while they have, we have another 50 years afterwards, we need to release it, but they don't. They just ignore that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's gonna know, right?
Hmm.
Fitting name. Yeah, should we also talk about... Oh, any other thoughts on this topic?
I don't know. I kind of thought there'd be the whole. This is unexplainable, and like it's a big thing, and like everyone's like, oh my god, it's real. And then like aliens come down, and they're like, we come in peace, or something.
Yeah, well, unfortunately... Or
A
maybe
man can
fortunately,
dream.
we don't live in that reality. This is Ashes to Ashes coming to you live from the boring Earth.
Wait, is this live?
No, coming to you, what's the word? Pre-recorded. Speaking of live, we did miss the last full moon live stream, so... Yeah.
Wait, did we?
Yeah, I completely forgot. Sorry, everyone. We'll get it next time. All right. What else was I going to talk about? All right. We are recording this on the 21st of July, 2021. Now, 3 days ago, there was a big stink in the paranormal community because people were hyping up another day. And if you've seen my meme video called The Paranormal Community, you'll know profits when the day comes and nothing happens. I'll put a little snippet there for you. So they predicted something big would happen on July 18th, but alas, nothing big happened on the 18th of July. And it has left some people in what you could call shambles. Now, let's talk about... I think we should talk about this, right? Let's talk about predicting the end of the world.
Hmm?
Predicting the end of the world? How many apocalypses have you lived through, Joseph?
I am unsure.
Okay, I'll get things started. A big one was in 2011. Do you remember this guy? I forgot his name, but he I think this was like Harold Camping or something.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that Jesus was going to come back. I think it was like Saturday, the 25th of May, 2011. And I remember that because I had I had a Taekwondo grading, and this girl next to me was like, "Oh, I heard the world's gonna end today, George." It's like, "Yeah, are you sad?" No, not really. Um, yeah, it didn't end, and we're still here today. And then 1 year later, on the 21st of December, 2012 was supposed to happen, but it didn't.
That's lucky.
That is, I guess you
I'd
could
say
it's
that's a
lucky.
win.
Yes, it is a win because we get to keep living.
It's like that meme from my favorite film.
Oh,
Which
even though
is?
it's I'd say it's an absolute win, and it's got the
Yeah,
Hulk
that's my favorite film. I've seen it 17 times.
from Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
I like how you've deafened Fred Boat as a sort of
just in case he's
paranoid
listening into us.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay, someone's added in music bot. I don't know who it was. One of us.
Mhm.
Hold on, I'll just mute it for now.
I wonder who. Hey, it's fitting music. It's conspiracy like, yeah.
Oh,
I was about to
probably
say,
from
I
the
don't,
shit
I
in the
don't think I have
gummy
access to use the Fred boat, so it's definitely not me.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you're mod, aren't you?
I do, but I've noticed that some of the things that I was able to do, I'm not really able to do now.
Oh, okay, I know why that is. So we've had a little revamp in our server, right? If you go to the info rules channel, you will see this emoji selection for a role, right?
Yeah.
And you can just select one of those, like houses. We've put in a new house system on the server. That's how you get to see
Okay.
the rest of the channels.
Yeah, when are you
That
gonna
makes more sense.
when are you gonna add House Joestain?
I'm not doing any other houses.
Yes, you are.
All right, if this video gets 20 likes, then we'll add House Joestain. So if you want to see House Joestain in our server, smash that like button.
Because there isn't going to be a baby Joestain, there has to be a House Joestain. I need compensation.
Yeah, baby
Isn't
Joestain.
there already enough? Isn't there already more than enough Joestain in the world?
No, never is.
Got him.
This fucking guy, you know.
To any Joestain girls that might be watching, my DMs are open.
All
Oh
right.
yeah. Oh, fat chance, mate.
I repeat, if you want to be subjected to a tirade of misogynistic messages, you know who to call.
All right. Okay, so you can see through our little interface here that a fifth person has joined the podcast. This is our secret member of the Ashes to Ashes podcast, Throtek. So, what's up, Throtek? He usually doesn't speak, but sometimes. Yeah. So he's definitely here. He's like the fifth host.
Yep.
All right, then. Should we get on to... That's sort of just all the... I wouldn't say rubbish, but all the minor topics out of the way. Should we get on to the main topic? Oh, and look, we can see Cole's joined the podcast as well. Here you go. Welcome to the podcast, Cole. We're
Everyone's
glad to have you
Smiling
here.
in.
Yeah. It's good to have so many people here. So, today we're going to talk about something very interesting, all right? Let's talk about the main topic. I tried to talk about this last week, but it was very hard to talk with myself. So
Especially didn't help that no one else turned up and I was muted the entire time.
yeah, having like 6 people here, it's going to help heaps. So let's talk about it, right? Okay, here's a big one. I'm just going to say it, and then you can give your immediate thoughts on it. Cultural appropriation in worship practices.
Which worship practices?
That's what we're going to discuss, okay? Like any kind of worship practices. So I think the big ones are voodoo is a really hot topic, and then Norse paganism, or sort of like on the other side. And then we can sort of contrast that with other types of belief.
You want to talk about cultural appropriation? That's like the Catholics, pretty much like, well, Christians, I suppose. They like suck up traditions and shit from pagan stuff all the time.
Yes, that is a very interesting point. So you're talking about like the sort of traditions of Easter and Christmas?
Yeah, that kind of
Like,
shit.
and also they do it in the demeaning sense, like with Beelzebub.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about how a lot of like the depictions of the devil with the goat horns and stuff are apparently supposed to be mocking Pan, like the Greek god.
Yeah, either that or like some sort of like Muslim thing. I'm not sure. I heard that somewhere.
I don't know too much on that either. So I guess that's one way to look at it. But then we also need to talk about this is a very how would you put it, a very touchy issue in the paranormal community. I know I like using that word a lot, but it's a touchy issue, and I don't know if that's the right answer. People are saying that only certain types of people should be allowed to practice certain types of worship. And so, like,
They can do what they like. It's going to accomplish fuck all.
that is one way to look at it, yes.
It is the way to look at it because it's the truth.
I
We
mean,
like to play benefit
yeah,
of the doubt here.
like I think that people should come at it with respect, but like other than that, it's really kind of people doing stuff on their own. I don't really see.
Yeah, that's a fair way to look at it.
Like if they're doing like caricature shit, that's kind of, I don't know, kind of mean, I suppose.
Yeah, it's mean, it's like the example that I gave last podcast was that classic the Native American headdress thing. Like if you're doing it in it's a very sacred thing to actually wear in some tribes, and if you're doing it in a very respectful way, in a way it's sort of sanctioned by the people of those tribes, then like go ahead. But if you're like shit faced at party or whatever, you're directly disrespecting it, and by proxy you're disrespecting their culture. So there is a
Yeah,
difference between like you know actually practicing something and then practicing it and disrespecting it. That's a very good point.
like shit. What's something that's kind of revered in our culture?
Bunnings.
I don't even know,
What?
dude. Bunnings Warehouse. It's like a hardware store here, and then on Saturdays and Sundays they sell like sausages. They do a sausage sizzle with fundraisers, right? The
No,
sausages
like
are, I think, like $2.50.
what's something that people like respect a lot? Like dressing up as them would be considered disrespectful or something.
I don't know,
Like
Jesus.
maybe the Pope or something, Jesus, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like Jesus because do you remember this? You would
Like
know.
imagine if somebody dressed up as Jesus for Halloween and was just like just doing a bunch of shit that Christians would find like really fucking shitty.
Do you remember Piss
I
Christ?
guess that's kind of like what to avoid when it comes to
Yeah,
like other cultures stuff. Like don't be a dick.
yeah. Piss Christ was this was basically this. I don't even know if you call it art, right? I'm doing big air quotes right now. by this guy, and basically what he did was he took a little icon of Christ on the cross, and then he put it in a jar, and he filled it with piss, and he put it up in an exhibition. And as you can
Yeah.
imagine, people were like absolutely livid about that.
Oh, was that? It was like actually just
Yeah,
a
it was
picture of
quite
it.
big. I think they had
Pretty
the
sure.
actual artwork exhibited at the NGV, like way into the late 90s, something, or like early 2000s. I don't remember how long ago it was, but like I remember someone telling me, or like there was like this huge thing about like the local populace like being up in arms, and they almost like stormed the NGV because of it.
Okay, but I'm gonna give like a bit of context here for that because I actually know this story.
Hmm.
So the artist that actually did that was a Christian himself, like a devout Christian.
Oh, well, why did he do
Like
it then?
if you actually think about like what that display might represent, it is actually in line with Christian doctrine. Like how Jesus took on the sins of others, and that's kind of like taking on all the filth of them. Like it's in line with it.
Okay. I guess yeah. I guess I get what you're saying.
It's easy to take out of context, sure.
Yeah, and then
And I'm sure a good part of it was kind of in part made to piss off people that got pissed off.
and let's talk about a more recent example as well. And by more recent, I mean released this year. So we've talked about this on the podcast once before, but the release of Lil Nas X's music video for Montero, where he like does a little strip dance, lap dance on the devil himself, raised a lot of controversy and questions about disrespecting the culture and
What
worship of
culture?
some people. Well, I mean, you can say what culture, but you can't deny it. Like, pretty much any religion has at least hundreds of years. Besides, like, I don't know if you consider Scientology a religion, but you know, proper ones, hundreds
Which
of
religion
years.
is he from?
Who?
The devil as a concept. What religion is he from?
Well, this is a trick question, isn't it?
Yeah, an innumerable amount.
Yeah.
I mean,
They all essentially have an equivalent.
kind of Christianity, though. I mean, like the devil wasn't really present in Jewish conceptions. It's more of a Christian thing that got added.
The devil's just like a boogeyman.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't really make sense
Well, in
with the
Abrahamic
whole
mythology,
God
he's
being
essentially just
omniscient, but yeah.
he is essentially just the Abrahamic version of Prometheus.
Well, you think of the snake
I
and
mean, they don't see it like that, but yeah.
Yeah,
In certain Gnostic interpretations, yeah, like
Hmm.
kind of
granting
What do you think?
mankind knowledge and being cast into the bowels of the earth.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like Prometheus to me, mate.
And that's another interesting angle to look at it from, isn't it? Like, you can look at how things have sort of been adopted from other cultures and worked into their worship, you know. And
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
I mean, back then, even
Christmas
then,
is the pagan holiday,
yeah,
Mhm.
calling back to what we said earlier.
and Easter.
as is Easter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think Easter doesn't have a set date?
holidays.
Because it runs on the lunar calendar.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
more pagan than that?
Halloween was originally All Hallows Eve, which was
Pagan,
I
yes.
think a Catholic.
No.
Like the Catholics took it from pagans and
Yep.
made it into their own thing, but
It was a Celtic thing.
There is this one story in the Bible of like the two guys, I forget which two guys, and they go to a
Remus.
in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Yeah, they go to this like foreign town, and you know people treat them with respect, and they reveal their true selves and like give them gifts, right? And it is like I wouldn't say word for word, but it is extremely close to the Greek myth of Philemon and the other one.
And the other one, yeah. Gallatin Goofeth.
I forgot the other one's name, but you know it's basically the same thing: hospitality to strangers.
Here's an interesting thing.
The same
Yeah.
story.
Hospitality
different-
was like a big thing back in the old days.
with
What was
different
the name?
characters. Yeah.
What was the name of Orpheus's wife?
I don't know.
Orpheusina.
Orpheus drinking a 40 in a death basket.
I forget, but the legend is almost identical. Well, not identical. It's very, very similar to the legend of Izanagi and Izanami in Japanese folklore.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like
It's
these
oh,
stories.
Your wife is dead. I'll let her
It's
out
not
the
like these
underworld
stories.
so long as you don't turn around. And since they're both stupid and never
Oh,
learn
yeah.
from each other, they turn around like an idiot.
Oh yeah, and
the
then how many different cultures have the whole like summer and winter origin story? You know that one?
Yeah.
It's like someone gets cast into the underworld for half a year and they swap places, and that is in like I wouldn't say every culture, but
Persephone isn't
it's in a
cast.
lot.
Yeah, it was Persephone, and like if you actually look into the origins of Greek mythos, you'll actually see that Hades was a later addition, and in fact, it is possible that Persephone was actually the original god of the underworld.
Legit.
Do you know
Yeah.
Poseidon isn't the god of the ocean? He's just kind of the god of the
Well,
Mediterranean.
Poseidon was like the older, like the Greek pantheon as we know it is kind of like the second iteration. There was a Greece before that, which had older myths, and a lot of the deities were much more focused around kind of death and rebirth. I forget what the word is for it.
Metempsychosis.
No, the what's the god
Resurrection.
called if it's focused around like going between the afterlife and such?
I don't know.
Metempsychosis.
There's a word. There's a
No, no one uses that
word
word,
for
Joe.
it.
You found out once
Psychopath.
in like Shin Megami Tensei Analysis video,
It's what
and then
Tencent.
They're called
Cringe.
psychopaths.
yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. I put my George going off a joke counter at 1,000. What else are we going to talk about? And now we're going to see this in the modern age where how many people do you know that are like sort of, I don't know, like modern pagans and stuff, who incorporate multiple different cultures and belief systems into their own, right? And they just sort of create their own little patchwork of things they're comfortable with.
What do I think about them?
Now, how many do you know?
I mean, if
Uh,
you
I
actually
don't know
look
any,
at
and I don't care to know any.
Cool. Yes,
if
Cole?
you actually look how all these things developed, it's not like that's a new thing. People have been doing that throughout time. I mean, that's why all these stories that have these connections and how a lot of them can be the same. It's because they came from the same stories right around, and people accepted them from different mythos. The
My
only
favorite
difference
part of the
these
Bible is
days
like
is
the
that
part where
people have more access. People have access to far more of them than they ever have
yeah,
before.
the greatest killer of religion is the printing press.
We'll talk about that in a minute. I was just going to add to
Talk
what
about
Cole
it
said.
now.
No, I was going to add to what Cole said. Saying that like, yeah, it's like the same story with different cultural skin on them, right?
Mhm.
Like sort of adapted so that it would be easier to understand for people in their own culture.
Like, yeah, in my primary school, we had a book called the Good News Bible, which is just like it's like the Bible they give to kids and like people like
Cut
islanders who
out all
don't
the
really know
bad
English.
stuff.
It's very, very simplified.
Mm.
Because I remember once, like, you know the story about Legion,
Yeah, he's
like
like,
we am Legion for we are many.
Mm.
I remember in the Good News Bible it says, "I am called Lots because there are lots of spirits in me."
That sounds so stupid.
Yeah, I know. It was a lot like that.
lots. Let's get lots on the podcast.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, what were you going to say about the printing press? Was that it?
Yeah. Well, before the printing press and like Bibles were very expensive because they were all copied out by monks, and the only people who really had them were churches,
Mm.
you know, fathers and brothers and whatnot. So the general populace would never read it. They would never even hear it because the priest would say it in Latin. There
Yeah.
was, it was a curtain
Yeah.
obscuring them and everything. They had this whole song and dance. But if you actually sit down and read the Bible, it's just a massive crock of. Ugh.
Okay,
I mean-
atheist boy.
Well,
Clearly, the printing press was not the death of religion, though.
Yeah, but it bloody helped.
gave Bibles
I
to
mean,
more people than ever.
Yeah, it is. It could be seen as dying in a way, but
Oh
at
yeah,
the same
it is
time,
absolutely dying.
well, yeah,
very-
organized religion is on the outs.
Yeah,
But at the same time, there is
the action
still
that you're seeing now is of the dying trolls.
a lot of
That's pretty tricky.
spirituality around.
Yeah.
Because
And
people need something to latch onto that gives them distinctness.
Yeah.
Something that gives them reason in a place where there isn't any. So, a
I'm
lot of
pretty
people
sure
can't
that
for some reason.
some kind of that will stick around for as long as humanity is still, well, I don't know, still as we are.
I think it's like a coping method that's just acceptable to use.
Hmm.
Sorry to all the religious and spiritual people out there, though. We love you.
I'm not. I don't.
Okay.
In the wise words of B.A. Barracus, I pity the fool.
All right. Looks like we got a new person on the podcast now, Patrice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Patrice, change your name to COVID denial, so George has to censor it on YouTube.
All right. Does anyone know where to take the podcast from here? Because that was a really good topic. Good discussion, everyone.
COVID is a myth.
Whoa.
No, he is not.
Oh,
Yeah, you
God,
have to
please,
censor
no.
that now, George.
Huh?
How about let's leave
Yeah,
COVID
yeah.
out of the podcast for now?
We'll talk about COVID next episode. All right. You want to talk about
What's-
Oh, no.
forbidden conspiracy theories or something besides
Yeah.
COVID? Like everything
Well-
besides COVID?
What's that playing in the background?
Oh, I don't know. I've got it muted.
Poopy.
It's the Arsenal gear theme from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Damn it.
Oh, cool. So yeah, if you want to get the authentic experience, you can put that in the background. All of you viewers out there, just play it at the same time you're listening to this podcast. So if you look at this screen, so if you click on the studio, it looks like we are Legion because we are many. There's like 1, 2, 3, 7 of us here right now.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that.
You had to ruin it.
Let's talk about golf rumors.
Golf rumors?
Golf rumors.
Golf?
So golf rumors. Do you know the conspiracy theory icebergs?
Yeah, it's a really goddamn low effort memes that people make on Reddit for some reason.
Yeah. Well, there used to be a
Oh.
time when they were high effort.
When?
Okay, I can't even say that. There used to be a time when there weren't as many of them. Let's put it that way. And they used to be just conspiracy theories. They weren't really used for anything else, except for maybe like infographics about the dark web. And at the bottom of these icebergs, you would always see the same 2 words repeated: golf rumors. And then they would say in brackets, "Do not research."
Fair play. Like, playing golf while listening to rumors sounds like a pretty good time.
Well, like the
That is
Fleetwood Mac
bloody,
album.
yeah, it's a bloody good album.
Yeah, okay, I like your interpretation of it though. But that is
It's a
not
good
what
album.
golf rumors is about. There are 2 main interpretations of golf rumors and why you should not research it. And so let's talk about both of them or what we think.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Wait, does this have to do with like the PGA or something?
I don't think so. It might. I'm not sure. I'll just go through it. If we get disappeared for this, you'll know why, right? Loyal viewer.
Don't research it.
Yeah, don't research it. So-
Loyal viewer who is probably
Actually, if you're watching this video, it's probably too late. They're coming for you.
Yeah. Or if loyal viewers, looking for us, try and disappear us. Anyway, the first part of golf rumors is basically in 2008 or whatever, just before the really big Tiger Woods scandal, there's like this golf journalist or a sports journalist, and she's at this golf tournament, and she goes into the wrong building by accident. And in there, she sees a bunch of old guys, and they are like abusing little kids in multiple ways. And so what she does is she goes out of there and she writes an article about it on her blog. And a few days after that, she is killed. The blog is sort of like scrubbed from the internet. And in this place, to like sort of get rid of the hype around it, they make this big deal about Tiger Woods and whatever he did, I forgot. And that is the first interpretation of golf rumors, and it is really serious because like all the richest people in the world are involved in it. Admittedly, like the other theory, there's no proof for it, so we can't tell either way. You know, it could just be entirely made up. But that's what they say. Do not research.
I mean, it seems plausible. I mean,
Oh
rich
yeah,
people got to do something with all their money, so might as well.
After
fuck
everything
some
I lived,
kids.
you know, any sort of like this thing seems plausible. Let's talk about the crazy one now. Number 2,
Trust the scientists.
golf rumors was not named after the sport, but after a person. This is basically a story that I was only able to find on Reddit, so you know it's very reliable.
Oh, yeah.
They say that there was this guy called Robert Golf, and he was under like MK Ultra, and he had really from MK Ultra. It was like Stranger Things. He had really strong psychic abilities, and so they had to kill him. But even after they killed him, they could not get rid of him completely. And that is why you do not research it, because then you will gain his attention and he will use his psychic abilities once again.
Rasputin.
Are you talking about how like Rasputin like cheated death like 10 times or whatever?
Well, he hardly cheated death. It's just that the conspirators had only really read about what murder was in books. Didn't really have much of an idea to do it. They tried to poison him with cake, but then they baked the cake after it was poisoned, which just kind of...
It was like cooking wine?
Yeah.
Alright, you know, that'd be more interesting than golf rumors. Let's talk about that.
And he was shot once in the
I
chest.
like thinking that Rasputin was just like a stone cold badass who like just wouldn't fucking die.
Speaking of Rasputin, he appears in Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunoa versus the
Shut the
Soulless
fuck up.
Army.
What?
Okay, we get
And
it.
he
We
also
get it.
appears in Shin
Loser.
Megami Tensei Devil Summoner 2 Raido Kuzunoa versus King Abaddon.
Hold on.
You're
Let me
so
play something
cool,
better
you're
in the.
so funny.
Let me play something
Shut
better
up.
in the fretboard. I'm gonna unmute him for this.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Bro.
Okay, that's all. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes reality can be disappointing, or whatever that guy says. Big purple guy.
Oh, Homer Simpson.
Grimace?
Yeah.
Homer Simpson's not
Grimace,
purple.
yeah.
May as
Yeah,
well
he
be.
is.
Yeah, okay. We're on 33 minutes and 26 seconds. Does anyone have any other topics they'd like to discuss?
Barney the dinosaur is purple.
Barney the dinosaur is purple, yeah, and he's pretty big. He's a dinosaur. Alright, I have nothing else I really want to discuss, to be honest, except for like one thing I can think of, but I don't know
This
where we can go from
This
there.
Fredboat thing is really intriguing.
What?
The Fredboat thing is really intriguing.
Fred Bodie playing something on Fredboat right now? Alright, let's hear it.
Have you seen Ollie? I
Bro.
always go to the celebrity deli with Ollie.
What is that?
Hey, wise guy, pass the salt. But I don't like delis. Can you believe it? I don't.
Okay, it's a guy doing a bunch of celebrity impressions at a deli.
Is
It's
this
Celebrity
paranormal?
Deli.
Celebrity Deli.
It's called Celebrity Deli, yeah. Alright, that's pretty much all I've got for today. Thank you. That's it?
What
Everyone?
was the...
Hmm?
Wait, so what was the golf rumors thing?
He just spent like 10 minutes explaining it.
Oh yeah, I wasn't listening. What was it about? Can you do like a
Files, you know.
Okay, so basically
too long
it's
didn't
either-
read?
yeah.
And he's doing it again.
Alright. So it's either ritual abuse or it's like like a Stranger Things psychic guy who he couldn't be killed. Like he was killed, but then he couldn't be properly killed.
Like me.
Like you in the
Like he was
podcast.
killed, but like uploaded his psyche to the meme frame.
Something like that, yeah.
What's the what is the evidence just to suggest this?
A Reddit
None.
article. Yeah, there's no evidence. These are things that are pretty much made up, to be honest. Like, it's a paranormal podcast. We don't really have evidence for anything. Yeah.
I don't listen to no scientist. The motherfucker's lying. Get me pissed.
Oh, it's scratching's making me rich.
Is there anything actually good on r/conspiracy?
No.
Nah, it's I don't like it that much. I don't know. Some other people might find some value in it, but personally,
Yeah, you probably only find valuable stuff on like a particular, like more out there forums that are harder to get to.
I think Above Top Secret is a really good one. Do you know that one?
No.
Oh, that's like another one on the internet. I think you can just Google it and find it. Yeah, that one's fun, of course. And of course, most of our audience does come from X, 4chan's paranormal board.
Right.
Yeah, I know, right?
I had like I had a weird dream where Jeff Bezos' rocket exploded, and like it's kind of a thing where I thought it happened in real life, and then I kind of like you know when that happens.
Oh yeah, you think a dream happened in real life, and then you wake up and you think it did, but it takes a while to like actually realize it.
Yeah.
Man, if only.
Well, a man can only dream. Literally this time. All right. Has anyone got any parting words for the podcast?
Mm.
No.
Or
Never
just
give up.
Never give up. Yeah, good.
Penis.
A reminder to all our viewers, just remember, I am living in your walls.
Okay, good to know.
And don't forget to take your medicine, everyone. We endorse medicine taking on this podcast.
Take
We
your
endorse
normal
self-care on
pills.
this podcast.
And self-care, yes. Good addition. All right, this has been Ashes to Ashes with, I'll just hover over it one more time so you can see everyone's names. Cole, Joseph,
I
Kirsty,
asked my name to be censored.
Patrice, myself, Sam, and Throwtech. So we'll catch you on the flip side, gamers.